Alright guys, today I'm going to share with you a test I ran on my 40-gallon breeder. I had this up for like a month and a half, and I have goldfish fry in here. Well, I used to run it bare bottom, and all the food and all the poop they made, their waste, would disintegrate real fast into the water column because they would keep pecking at it at the bottom of the tank, mixing it in the water column. And nitrates were like 15 parts per million, and I do water changes like you can see here, 75 or more % twice a week. And even though I did that, the water was dirty within a day or two because it just goes right in there, poop and all the food, because it's just laying there mixing. Now I added gravel in here like a couple weeks ago, and the fish like it way better. There's no comparison. I see them going in between the rocks and like finding food and stuff. But just because the gravel's in here, any uneaten food or their poop goes down into the gravel where they can't get at it and mix it up in the water column. So it kind of doesn't mix in the water column like the other thing. And also, if you look here, in this, I got a garden hose running. I siphon it into a sink, and inside my vacuum, if you can see, I have a piece of foam. So if I accidentally suck up a fish, which is like really rare, because when you're vacuuming, they're afraid and they don't go nowhere near it. But I do have it in there. If I see myself vacuum one up, I'll just kink the hose and then it'll come back down, because I don't have a big siphon. I don't have it real like low to the ground. And also when I'm done, I'll just stick it like you see it here in the gravel, so they can't get in it anyway, and it still siphons pretty quick. It beats doing it with buckets and stuff. But this way, like I said, my nitrates with a bare bottom tank were like 15, maybe 20 parts per million, with a 2 times a week 75% water change. And with the gravel and the way I'm doing it now, you're lucky if you go to 5 parts per million. So whoever thinks the bare bottom tanks cleaners are wrong. I even proved it out on my big tanks years ago. Well, this one, the light's off. I ran them bare bottom. Nitrates were like 40 parts per million. You put gravel in it and did the water changes with the vacuum. And like I said, because their poop and all uneaten food, mostly their poop doesn't mix constantly with the water to contaminate it, because it gets trapped in the gravel, which is fine, because like I said, when you do that vacuuming once a week, like on these big tanks, it gets everything out, all the poop and stuff, and it never gets a chance to contaminate the water. So I remember this used to be this big tank, like I said, like 40 parts per million. With doing the gravel, you're talking like maybe 10 if you're lucky. So it's way cleaner, but I just wanted to share it with you guys. Let me get this out of here. You'll see it'll be a lot of rocks stuck in it, which I don't mind. Yeah, that worked good. You can see the piece of foam in there, the fish can't go by it, and like, look how long this tube is. So if I do suck something up, you clearly see it, and I'm on the hose like ready to kink it. As soon as I see a fish in there, I just kink it and it just goes right out. So it works. I don't know how many fryer in here. Has got to be maybe 100 or 2. I don't know. They're hard to count, but you can see they're tiny. And I didn't suck up one, so it works. But I just wanted to share with you guys that gravel works way better. I actually measured the nitrates, and it's considerably lower when you use gravel. So just wanted to share that, my invention here, not to suck them up with the foam.